Mazda CX5 review. 6 years after the launch of the original CX5 SUV, Mazda's Skyactiv model revolution has come full circle. Having touched the Mazda 3 hatchback and saloon, the bigger 6 saloon, the 2 supermini, the CX3 crossover and even the 4th generation MX-5 sports car, this curiously named program of technological overhaul, which has brought new platforms, new engines and new thinking to the Japanese firm, has returned its focus to this, the 2nd generation CX5. Predictably, there's less of a gleam of radical newness to this car than there was to its predecessor, as Mazda inevitably enters a period of consolidation and refinement. But there's now a weight of expectation on the CX5's shoulders created by the success of the car that it's replacing. The first CX5 got in fairly early on the current craze for SUVs, and of which a remarkable 1.5 million units were built and sold around the world over a 6-year lifespan. The CX5 now accounts for 25% of Mazda's global sales volume. Such popularity could be significant for this replacement, since a stronger established business case will likely have markedly increased the money and resource Mazda was willing to sink into this car than might have been invested otherwise. There's no expensive new platform to eat up the lion's share of that development budget, either. The car sits on an updated version of its predecessor's mechanical underpinnings, although an extensive model replacement program has, according to Mazda, altered the car's dimensions and exterior styling, made it more rigid, improved its steering, suspension and braking systems and given it a completely new interior. This time around, Mazda is promising the same taut and agile handling that made the previous CX5 so appealing to keener drivers shopping for a typically soft compact SUV, but partnered with a much more expensive feeling and better equipped interior and much improved cabin refinement. The dimensions of the 2nd generation CX5 silently confirm its relationship with its predecessor. The new car is within 5 mm of the old one on overall length. You'll often see a bigger difference than that on a facelifted car as a result of a mere bumper styling alteration, and is identical on overall width and wheelbase. Where it does differ is on overall height, the new car standing 30 mm shorter than its antecedent, and quite possibly benefiting visually from the aesthetic advantages that a lower roofline confers. Mazda's new look for the car adds slimmer headlights and a larger helping of chrome trim and certainly creates a smarter, more serious and more upmarket-looking car. Revisions to the CX5's body in white may have added 15% to the car's torsional rigidity by the inclusion of 3% more ultra-high tensile steel, but they haven't made it significantly lighter. Mazda's claim, however, is that 50% of the components that make up the car's monocoque, by number, are new. The joints between the front suspension and the body have been reinforced, as have the body sills and the A-pillars. Elsewhere, the steering bushes have been stiffened, the lower suspension arm bushings uprated, and the dampers respecified and retuned for smoother roll characteristics and better mid-corner stability. On the electronic side, the car features new dynamic stability software called G-Vectoring Control, which uses integrated control of the engine, transmission and chassis to monitor the car's pitch as it progresses from turn into apex and then exit, and makes subtle modulations to the engine's delivery of torque to juggle the car's weight around between its axles. This, Mazda claims, is automatic load transfer and the consequent maximizing of grip, steering response and stability done imperceptibly, an interesting idea. The CX5's engines have been carried over for the most part, with detailed changes made to Mazda's 2.2-liter diesel lump in particular aimed at improving refinement. We tested the volume-selling 148 bhp 2.2-liter diesel in front-wheel drive manual form. A 163 bhp 2.0-liter petrol is also available, as is a 173 bhp 2.2-liter diesel. Four-wheel drive is offered on the 148 bhp diesel as an option and on the 173 bhp one as standard, and a 6-speed automatic gearbox can be had with either diesel.